Does this image disturb you? Its emptiness and eeriness. Maybe it even feels familiar to some of you, like you've been here before. This very image marks the start of the Minecraft Liminal Spaces series, made by Aiden Animation's crew. And very soon, you'll find out why this is no ordinary series. If it interests you, go watch the short series on Aiden's channel, as I think it's best if you watch the series first and then come back for the lore breakdown. Before we get into it, you might want to know what a liminal space is. You've probably heard of the backrooms, an empty and eerie place, and a boundary between past, present, and future. That is a liminal space. And this series, Liminal Space, is an old Minecraft server created by two friends. The story starts in 2013. Greg and Josh create a server to play on, but after a couple of years, Josh logs off and never comes back to play again. Why did he log off? Well, for most of us, it might be because we got tired of the game, or simply grew out of it, but in this case, it's because there's something lurking in the shadows. An entity that has haunted the server since its very beginning, and this is where the story begins. It's 2018, and a casual Minecraft player called Aiden is playing on a survival world. We see him mining for diamonds when he accidentally hits a pressure plate that no-clips him into a different server. Josh and Greg's now abandoned server. For those not familiar with the concept of no-clipping, I'll pin a video on the top right of the screen that explains what it is. At that time, the creators of the server were no longer active, so Aiden is left in a dark and eerie place with no one else for company. He spots two houses, which are the old homes of Greg and Josh, but they seem off. It's almost like parts of them were erased or corrupted. He goes inside Greg's house, where he finds an old diary.
Hi, this is my new journal. My name is Greg. I'm going to track my stuff. Something weird is happening. This might be my last entry. Some of the buildings have disappeared, and my friend left me with no explanation. I'm scared.
He then checks Josh's house, and there he finds another journal.
I made this journal because I need to warn anyone who walks upon here. Get out as soon as possible. It's listening.
The entity that haunts the server is after Aiden. He goes into hiding in Josh's bunker. And this leads us onto what's perhaps my favorite episode of the series. Once again, Aiden is no-clipped. He digs himself out of a hole, where we find out that he's still in Josh's house, but it's now December 16th, 2013, and as he walks out, we spot a familiar structure. He runs around, looking for an exit. He finds Greg's house before it was finished, and ends up in the bedrock parkour, where the entity showed no mercy. Aiden is dead, just in game, don't worry. But he decides that this weird and eerie adventure seemed like a good enough reason to never play Minecraft again. Now we're in the present. It's 2025. Greg goes back to the server to find clues as to where Josh could be, but the entity is aware of his presence and wants none of it. Greg goes to Josh's house and goes down to the bunker. He uses the stairs to block off the entrance, but the entity warns him. The very last episode starts with a familiar tune. We see glimpses of Greg in IRL, but it's not only Greg that we see in IRL. The entity is also here. And it kills Greg. The text then changes from a golden liminal white, which is the entity's dialogue, to a pale and saturated white. This is Josh speaking, and as it turns out, he went missing for all these years looking for the entity, and now he can finally avenge his lost friend.
I know I'm close to the server room. I can see it. It's right there, up north.
Welcome back to the best news channel in the state. I have some groundbreaking news for you. Earlier this week, there was a wildfire near an old server room which looks like it had been exploded. If you have more information on this, go to this website, and thank you for your contribution. Until next time.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and a sub because it really helps me out. And make sure to sub to Aiden and check out his channel. All credit goes to him. Thank you, Aiden. I think what he made here is really impressive, especially for a guy so young like him. I'm really impressed by the series, and I really liked digging deep and going through the lore. He helped me out a lot. I had to ask him a lot of questions, and I was kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and go show some major love to Aiden as he's a true legend. Thank you and goodbye.